Hello and welcome to a new episode of Scout's Arsenal, and today we will talk about one of my least used weapons for Scout, and this is the Mad Milk. It isn't used as much as other Scout secondaries, but if used correctly it gives the user a big advantage over opponents. But let's start with basic info about it. Mad Milk was added to the game in September 2010 in Man Economy update, with the rest of the special delivery set, which this weapon belongs to. It is a jar that Scout can throw at enemies filled with white substance which isn't actual milk. Now we can go into the stats. As I said, Mad Milk can be thrown, creating a small explosion on contact with surface or enemy. If enemy player was in the radius of milk explosion, 60% of all damage taken will be returned as health to any attacker for 10 seconds. Also, players covered in milk drop white bits from their bodies to show that they got hit by the jar. This effect doesn't short out Spike's glow. Also, if you throw milk at your allies, you will extinguish them, which will also reduce recharge time by 20%. It normally recharges for 20 seconds or by using resupply locker. So we see that Mad Milk gives a lot of survivability for both Scout and his teammates. Also, it helps to track down invisible spies or disguised spies. Strategy for this weapon is to try milking enemies before the fight. With good aim you can sometimes out-heal the damage dealt to you. Also important part is to not be selfish, and if you see your teammate burning, just help them if you can. If milk is used to extinguish, it recharges only 60 seconds, so don't just stand there and watch your medic burn to death after you just took his only nearby health pack, either because you are an asshole or by accident. Just help him. The best use of this weapon is probably when you're fighting a pyro, because Mad Milk is just absolute anti-pyro weapons for Scout. Healing you get from hitting mid shots a lot of the time will let you survive long enough to kill pyro. And if you kill pyro but still have milk available, you can use it to extinguish yourself, which will also reduce its cooldown. But you need to remember that you take away your secondary damage source. Also, you can't milk constructions, which means you are at disadvantage while fighting sentries at any range. And remember that you get health back only if you hit your shots, so you need to be confident with your aim to use this weapon in the best way possible. Or you can use it in the opposite situation, where your aim sucks, but only if you play Highlander, where you can't change Scout during game. In pubs, if you want to help the team but you don't have good aim, just change to Medic, whose healing is much better. Normally, now I would point out weapons that make good and bad combinations with this weapon. However, I couldn't find any weapon that wouldn't fit it. Mad Milk is a very universal weapon which fits into every loadout, but also after Meteor Match short stop chain, there are also no weapons that boost Milk's power directly. So now we're down to conclusions. Is it balanced? In my personal opinion, it is balanced. Actually, it is one of the most balanced weapons for Scout, and I feel like it gives players a lot of options. And that's about this for this video. Let me know what you think, leave feedback under the video, and see you next time.